I'm sitting here and I'm just thinking about the things I appreciate about a self-directed education and how, like, especially being BIPOC, being a black person, an indigenous to the land people, um, it can be very juicy, right? And one thing that I feel that can happen with school is that, like, school is like, it takes and juices the wonderful fruit and squeezes all the juice, takes the juice, extracts the juice, and then, leaves us, with this kind of pulpy material, which is then can be molded and applied into whatever, right? Especially when it's combined with whatever you need to fill it up with. So it's like you extract. So the thing that I appreciate about self-directed education is that it allows the learner's curiosity to take him down all the different paths. And those different paths lead to all the pieces of education when it comes to things that you need, from critical thinking to problem solving. Because you start to think about the problem. You start thinking about, solutions to issues that come up when you're interested in something. When you're really interested, and then you go search out certain resources, or when you have support, you can be guided and supported, and you'll have information where, like, oh, okay, I never even knew that. Oh, okay, so I can take this and apply it to that. And it just leads down all these different paths of exploration. So that's what I appreciate about self-directed education. And I think the earlier, that's what I'm appreciating as an adult. And then as I reflect on my career, my life experiences, I appreciate being able to go at a pace that makes the most sense for me. And then being able to own that pace and making sure I consider the fact of me being a whole person. So I think when we are and have access to these SDE learning spaces and environments, and access to this as a whole, when it comes to education, when we have access to these types of ways of being early in our life as children, but I just feel, especially as BIPOC individuals, as black indigenous folks to the land, I feel like it resonates, or should I say, it really benefits us in these ways that we can't even imagine. And it allows us to experience, so not only BIPOC, but all individuals, it allows you to experience this way of learning where it feels more natural and authentic and more in alignment to who you are as an individual, so that you can do whatever collectively to problem solve and see and find solutions to issues that matter to you, and not just things that we're being sold into just because of the programming and how all the juice has been extracted, and we've been able to be plied into this material or this being or whatever. So now we got all this juice extracted from us, and and the juice is all into the systems, and it's helping to generate and move the systems, as opposed to it being able to generate and support the individual who can be part of the actual community in which they live in which they're a part of. I think that SDE gets us back to really being able to experience life the way we were designed to experience it. Excuse me. And not just about following the masses, Um, yeah. Yep. So that's something I was sitting with a moment ago. I was just sitting here, just finished watching a video. I'm always getting these ideas and, trying to generate these ways of how to support young folks online while also writing grants, while also, finding time to enjoy life, and be a partner, be a parent, and also love on myself, while also producing a docu-series betwixt the pre-production phases of research. So I was sitting here and I just finished watching this great video, and I'm always inspired by how people are using social media and these networks and these platforms and their voice to tell these stories or to just be, and they're creating more awareness, they're being creative, and so it's just really fun to see. And so I just witnessed that was really great, and it inspired me, like how these folks probably have no training, some may, but a lot of times it looks like these folks are just inspired by maybe something they're witnessing, and then they're taking it and they're watching programs, they're critiquing things, they're hiring themselves to be their own, they're sports commentators, they're entertainers, they're taking us on this ride. And I think that's what I really appreciate about current technology and these social platforms, and I guess having experience as someone has been in media, advertisement, entertainment, as talent, and then just stepping back and experience over the years, the lens has gotten really wide, and I have this panorama view, and I just see like all the potential and possibility because of technology, and because there are no more real barriers as far as like, oh, you live here, so we really can't collaborate, we can't meet, because technology allows us to meet. So that crushes that barrier, and that allows for us to expand and support one another in ways that are quite liberating and freeing, allowing individuals to develop into who they come here to be, so that we can problem solve sooner. Because I think at the end of the day, at the core of people, they all want to solve these problems. Because, it's like these two things going on simultaneously, right? So there's also, these wars going on, and it's so sad and so devastating and crushing, and especially if your timeline is flooded with that stuff, and if you're trying to be proactive and problem solve, and, but then in one breath, you're quite happy too, you're growing your garden, you are, all these things are existing at once. So like the movie, everything, everywhere, all at once. So all of that's happening, and I think SDE allows us to be whole individuals, and really tap into what we come here for in partnership with the creation, not only our, maybe the folks that we came through, but the thing that we're connected to, in that power source. So I guess reflecting, remembering, and allows us to do that, as opposed to, the feed of really being swayed by the masses, because the goal is to fit in, and still, even in society, I do want to fit in. It matters to have belonging, all those things. But I think self-directed education helps us gravitate towards things of meaning and value, and I think that that is something that I appreciate about that part of education in SD. So yeah, that's my rant. Thanks for listening.